What if I told you that becoming a top performing salesperson has nothing to do with becoming the best closer? In fact, the most successful sales pros, they don't sell, they advise. They don't push products either. They solve problems. And in this video, I will show you how to unlock your full sales potential by shifting from a typical salesperson to a trusted advisor that your clients can turn to again and again. Let's just face it, no one likes being sold. Clients avoid salespeople who they perceive as being pushy. However, they seek out trusted advisors. Why? Because trusted advisors are seen as partners, not vendors. And when you're seen as a partner, you gain influence and loyalty, leading to bigger deals, repeat business, and more referrals. If you're tired of chasing clients and you want them to come to you, it's time to shift from selling to advising. And stick around because later in this video, I'll show you a simple but powerful strategy top consultants use to make their clients feel lucky to work with them. First of all, to become a trusted advisor, stop thinking about selling and focus on the client's outcome. I once had a client who wanted a solution that my product didn't fully provide. Instead of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, I referred them to a service that was a better fit. And guess what? A month later, they came back and did a 5-figure deal with me because they knew that I would put their best interest ahead of my commission. When you're willing to offer value beyond just making a sale, you create genuine loyalty. Now let's build on this by mastering the skill of client-centric questioning. Trusted advisors ask better questions, not just more questions. The goal here is to reveal what the client truly values, not just what they say they want. Instead of asking, "What's your budget?" ask, "What impact are you hoping the solution will have on your business long term?" Or ask, "What challenges are you hoping to eliminate by making this decision?" These types of questions move the conversation from transactional to transformational. And voila, you're no longer talking about the product, you're now talking about the outcome that your clients desire. I once helped a hesitant client move forward by asking them this question: if this solution addressed your biggest challenge, how would it impact your business 6 months from now? That simple question shifted the client's mindset from being price conscious to value conscious, and the deal closed without any hard selling. But asking the right questions is only half of the battle. Next, you have to actively listen to make sure that your recommendation is in line with the client's goals. One of the most effective ways to become a trusted advisor is specialization. Why? Because specialists are seen as experts, while generalists are seen as just any old salesperson. Here's the advantage. Number one, higher trust. When you're seen as a specialist in solving a specific problem or working in a specific industry, those prospects see you as someone who truly understands their world. Number two, better referrals. Specialists get recommended more often because they're known for solving specific problems. Number three, increased pricing power. People pay more for experts. When you're perceived as an expert in your niche, you can charge higher rates with less resistance. I shifted my focus from general business consulting to specializing in servant leadership for sales teams. The result, my clients no longer see me as just a coach. They see me as an authority in sales leadership development. Referrals increased, my client retention doubled, and my revenue grew significantly. If you want to be perceived as the expert that your clients can't live without, specialization is your shortcut. Next, let's talk about how to actively listen and align yourself strategically with your clients' goals. Most salespeople just listen long enough to find a gap that they can sell into. Trusted advisors listen to understand, not to sell. Here's the difference. Salespeople listen to respond. Advisors listen to diagnose. When you truly listen, you hear what your clients are not saying. Their fears, their frustrations, and their deeper needs. Here's how you do it. Number one, you ask open-ended questions. That's pretty simple. Most people know that part. Number two, you pause intentionally, letting them fill that void entirely. And number three, the most important part is that you reflect their words back to them verbatim. Do not paraphrase. For example, if your client says that they struggle with inefficiency, make sure you ask them to explain by saying, how does that look like from day to day? You don't want to make assumptions. Clarity is your advantage. The more they share, the more they trust you. I once closed a big deal because all I did was reflect exactly what they said to me. They literally said, wow, you really understand what we're dealing with. That made the sale effortless. Now let's take it a step further and show you how to position yourself in your industry as the go-to expert. Here's how to position yourself as the expert in your field. Offer recommendations even if it doesn't lead to a sale, even if it means referring someone else, maybe even referring a competitor. Provide valuable content via blogs, videos, LinkedIn posts, way before you start asking for business. I once received a valuable industry report. It was really designed for me, but I gave it to one of my clients with no strings attached. A week later, they called me and it said, you really know your stuff. And we ended up doing business. That report earned me a long-term client without ever having to really sell them. When you consistently deliver value without expectation, you become the go-to expert before, after, and during the sale. I'll show you how to master the art of asking the right questions so you can build deeper client relationships in my next video.